Welcome back to Yetibilt, and welcome back to Yeti My Ride. Today's episode, we're dialing it back a little bit. We're just doing a body for our boy Crawl Hub. He sent me a truck to work off of, to kind of get ideas from. I've had ideas for a body that I've wanted to do for a while, and I haven't had the time to really dive into it. But since he sent me this truck in, and he said he wanted something really competitive and super light, I figured this is the truck to do it on. Here she is. It's on a Coupe RC chassis. I'm not sure what exact chassis it is. Really beautiful colorway on it. On a FureTech setup. It's got a FureTech Venom motor, FureTech trans. It's on a mullet setup. It's on the Muse mullet setup, or Muse mullet axles. One of Trey's sets, which are 24. We got NSDRC servo, 309 V2 roller steering link. I think these are the Injora 1.3s with RC Wheel Shop bead locks or bead lock rings. I know him and Crawl Hub are real tight. We're on, what are these, 70 mils? The Muse M Pro, I think they're called. Yeah, the M Pro pins. It's got the front cut, rears aren't. All foam. Good looking truck. Remember, springless in the front. I don't know about the rear shocks here. I don't know really what we're accomplishing, Mr. Jett. Fully laid down. But that's it. That's the truck we got. It's got a good weight to it. It's a really heavy truck with the axles and stuff. We're still missing some things too. It's missing a receiver and ESC. But let's dig into the body. Like I said before, he wanted something real light and real compy. So I'll show it to you first before I put it on the truck. This is what I came up with. We got a two-door Gladiator, two-door Gladiator, comp cut, super lean. I mean, this thing is wildly light. I should have scaled it before I started recording this, but maybe I'll hit the scale real quick and then I'll add it in here. But really nothing to this thing. It honestly feels as light as a Lexan body. I mean, there's not much difference there. So, laid on the truck, this is what we got. Fits it perfect. Looks killer. He said he's not running these wheels and tires, so it rubs a smidge bit, but I think he said he's going down to a 63 on these. He's not gonna run the 70 mil. I'm assuming this is like a C2 truck. I know he's a big comp guy. I think he's even a team driver of a coupe. But this is what we got. Like I said, I think this is one of my favorite bodies so far. The cut's perfect. Tons of clearance. Get from this side. Of course, we had to do the cow hood action. I wanted to kind of remake the, I know I've seen them before running around the town, but there's a couple Wranglers around here that have the similar cow hood. I think they even have like a little bit of louvers in the front or the side or something. I don't know if it's like a factory option or what it is, but it's kind of what I was trying to go for. Really happy with this. Can't wait to see it in paint. We're gonna go right to primer here. Get some color on this thing. Get this sent back to our boy Jett. Let's go to color. Okay, so I'm sorry if my voice changes here a little bit. For some reason, there's multiple clips in this video where my phone wasn't recording sound for some reason. So basically here, I'm just explaining that I initially go in with 220 just to get all the rough edges down and get them all taken care of before filler primer, giving a nice start as a base. That way you're not trying to build up too much filler and lose your body lines. So I'm just showing here an up close of where I try to really hone in on certain spots where you get layer lines, like the windshield there has a lot of layer lines, and then the front grille, any spots where depending on your print and how it's on the print bed, you're gonna get layer lines in certain spots. And then here I'm showing the glass fiber filament that I use, how it gets a little bit of like a texture to it. So your filler primer is gonna fill those gaps and take care of that. And as you can see there, the 220 really kind of takes care of it for the most part. All right, so there we are. First coat of filler primers on. Now, when you get to this step, it's nice because the white really shows all your imperfections. Like you can really see your layer lines that you have left from that you missed when rough sanding. You can see little stuff like back of the cowl hood. It's still a couple support pieces we got to get off. Not too bad. Couple layer lines there, but we'll let this harden up and we'll go into wet sand. When we're in wet sand with we're gonna do 400 first, and then we're gonna go back, well, 400 and then like the bigger sections, 600 and the more detailed stuff. And a couple layer lines there we got to get in here. You always have those, but that's where we're at now. I'll come back after the first wet sand and we'll see how she looks then. Then we get to figure out what kind of crazy colorway we're gonna go with this thing. I mean, definitely some sort of red, but what else should we include? All right, so quick glance to colors. It's gonna be, primary color is gonna be Seductive Red. We came in and just did a quick black base coat. Now we're gonna go silver. We'll lay down our stripes. We want striped. We'll chase that with the Seductive Red, and then I think we're gonna two-tone with the Overcast. I really like how the body line here comes down and around. So, and I've seen a couple two-tone Jeeps where this back section is black. So what I'm thinking is using the Overcast from here up and follow that line on that body line all the way back and around and loop it around the windows. And then maybe, I don't know how I'm going to blend it in though. So I kind of want to stop it here. We'll see. We'll lay a tape line down and we'll see what comes out like, but that's definitely going to be the two-tone spot. I just don't know how much wrapped around we're going to do, because if we do that, we're going to have a line right here, so the top will be colored. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's get it in silver. Get this thing popping. All right, so after 3 coats of silver and then completely forgetting to record laying down my fine line, this is where we're at. So remember how I mentioned I wanted to kind of follow this body line? This is what we kind of came up with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray everything Seductive Red, and then we'll back tape all the red that's going to be on the bottom half and the top and the front here. And then just in here, the bed, across the tailgate here, and then down this side is going to be the overcast color. We're going to spread it right over top of the red. It'll just be like over a black base basically, so, or a red base, a dark base. So it's going to have a nice little pop to it. We're just looking for the color contrast, the red and black to match his chassis. And then we'll pull the silver off, and that'll give us a nice breakup. And then we just did a nice simple little stripe here to kind of accent the cowl hood, give it a little pop of silver on the hood. So simple, but she's gonna be sexy, that's for sure. So let's get it in seductive red and go from there. All right, red's done. Keep it in hiding on you. This is not like coated nice. This is just like a rough. I was real gentle to not get too much wasted paint on here where it's gonna go black anyway, but nice heavy coats here. Got her all taped off. Ready for the black. I guess you can call it black. It's like a really dark metallic gray. But we'll lay that in here, get this tape off, get this thing in clear, get this thing back to Crawl Hub. Let's do it. Alright, now we can get this tape off, see what we're working with. As you can tell, the red looks insane with a little silver accent. And the black. But let's see what's hiding under here. Always one of those nerve-wracking parts because you never know what you're going to find. Might be a little sweet treat under here that you weren't expecting. It's all in the name of the game. That looks wild. Loving that. get this pinstripe off, and I'll come back to you. You know, the lighting's not great in here, but loving the way this thing came out. I've been really digging simple two-tones lately, and I think this just really shows off that body line really nice. And there's the hood. So now onto the clear. I remember I was telling you guys that I love this crystal clear enamel from Rust-Oleum. But lately I switched over to also crystal clear, but it's acrylic lacquer. So it is technically made for automotive. It dries a lot faster. It dries a lot harder. It's been my go-to. So let's lay some couple coats of this, make this thing pop. One more coat, should be ready to rip. Okay, so here is the second clip without audio. I think there's 3 in total, but basically all I'm doing here is just going over and showing you guys what I did with my paint pens. I did a little flat black on the hood hinges there, as well as the hood latch, and then both the door latches and the door hinges, as you can see there. And then as far as the taillights, I was actually able to use the red that we used for the base coat, and then just outline the taillight in the flat black. And then for the headlights here, I actually just used the chrome paint pen and then did a little bit of black accent just to give it some depth. But now we're gonna get into a little time lapse of the window install, and then I'll be right back. And here's the last clip without sound. Just finished up the time lapse for the window install. Came out killer. I will say, if you guys grab one of these bodies from me, the window install, because it's a nice little Jeep, everything's square, everything's flat. These windows went in like 3 minutes. Super, super easy, super simple. And it came out killer. Really finished off the look of this truck. I think I show here, just so you guys can get a closer view, but as you can see, I always use the CA medium and the Bob Smith Industries Instaset. Just works really good for me and gets the windows in super simple. That's basically that. I think from here on we're gonna go outside and get some little beauty shots. show this thing off in the sun, because I will say this is probably one of my favorite paint jobs. Like I explained in the paint video, I've been really digging these simple two-tones. Just looks really clean. Thanks for watching, boys. That's Yeti My Ride. Stay wild.